Everybody, it is Matt from OK Aussie. I'm here with Dyan. We've got Namala support staff on site as well. It is Tuesday, 13th of May. Why do we know that? Because it's Dyan's birthday. Happy birthday. Not. So we have just had oxygen saturation drops a couple of times, quite significantly. We've just had heart rate drops a couple of times, quite significantly. Dyan's not feeling all that crash at the moment. She's feeling weak, and now she's also got some dystonia. Which hand? Right hand focal point dystonia coming through as well. So we're probably in a point of having some neurology going on. Already this morning, so just to bring you up to speed, we have had some gabapentin, 300 milligrams. She started the day with Panadol Osteo. You were dancing in your bed. What the hell would you be dancing in your bed for?
Because I have CCI.
She's dancing in her bed because it's her birthday and it's fun. And now you've hurt your neck with your cranial cervical instability. Well done.
I know. And I said to Namala,
Rocket
put
science.
this on every time I listen to my music now.
Right.
I've learnt the lesson.
You've learnt the lesson not terribly well. So the gabapentin will help the nerve pain coming out of the neck. The Panadol Osteo has brought her temperature down. She's 36.7, I think we worked out, Namala. We changed the batteries on that one. A 2032 battery, those round ones. They're suckers. They're suckers to find. We should have plenty more of a spare. Anyway, changed the batteries, double checked. It is 36.7, but I expect it meaning to be low because of the Panadol Osteo. Heart rate and oxygens we have been monitoring for a period of time now. I've just had the distal blood pressure taken. So let's actually have a look at what the readings were on things. At the moment, her oxygen sats are low. I was going to say lovely. That was her heart just going off at the moment at 49. That's been crashing all over the shop for some reason. Let's just have a quick look at the readings in the blood pressure. We do these recordings for the clinical purposes. It's 1:50 p.m. So that we can see what's happening. So
113 by 71 in right one.
Okay, so 113 over 71 is right foot distal blood pressure. Heart rate was 54.
117 by 78.
117 over 73 is the left foot distal. Heart rate of 50. Prior to that, taking a right bicep blood pressure, 102 over 68. 52 was the reading. Remembering Dyan's going out at the moment. Syncope. Okay, we're going to try and get some medications and things ready as we monitor the situation. Dyan's blood pressure normally should be 80 over 65. She's been feeling like she's been getting a bit of absent seizure sort of behaviour. There was confusion. She had forgotten an action and she was talking to me. What do you need? Yep, here's something in your mouth. I'll take that out of your mouth. Thank you very much. Last thing I want you right now is to go into a seizure with something in your mouth. That's helpful.
I'm not having a seizure.
No. She's so determined. She ain't having a seizure. Okay, well, stand by. Just watch. Let's see that she doesn't have a seizure. The dystonia's come in. What do we do for the dystonia?
Now we need to check for danger anyway, and then we don't need to do any.
What medication will help with the dystonia so we don't go into an exacerbation of dystonic crisis or dystonic storm? Muscle relaxant?
Yeah.
What type of muscle relaxant?
You are giving clonazepam.
Clonazepam, 2 milligrams orally. Dyan, can you swallow?
Yeah, I can
Right.
swallow. I can swallow.
In that for me, please. Grab some clonazepam. Okay, so left-hand side is all the meds. You'll see 2 bottles. One will be a Valium, 5 milligrams. The other will be a clonazepam. That is a diuretic. That will be the Valium. That will be the clonazepam.
Yes.
Confirmed.
3 mg tablet.
2 milligram tablet. One of those, please. She'll need to sit up slightly to do this. You okay with me, sweetie?
Yeah, I can swallow.
Okay, so just confirming we've got focal dystonia in the right hand. 2 milligram tablet presented. Provide the drink for me, please, Namala, so that she can take that down. Good girl. Heart rate is at 54. Oxygen stats are at 97. We do have supplemental oxygen running at the moment. It's at a level 2. It's providing 80%, 79% air to Dyan at this point in time. So we're keeping an eye on that. Obviously, if her oxygen stats drop even further while she's under supplemental oxygen, then we'll increase the volume throughput of that. Heart rate's what I'm keeping an eye on. She hasn't had any indications of chest pain, just the dystonia come in. This is why we're doing the clonazepam as a muscle relaxant to help her straight away on that. I'm going to bring you back down. She is at a high likelihood of having seizures. Why is she at a high likelihood of having seizures? Let's have a look. The bowels, predominantly with gastroparesis. Yesterday and the day before, she has been using the TAMs, the herbal laxatives, and also has had some Movicol previously in those days. She was in a full clear out of her bowels from the gastroparesis. Gastroparesis is the dysmotility. She had a pizza a few days ago. She was living life to the fullest on the Friday, or she's paid the price of that. Heart rate's 49, oxygen stats are 97, so the alerts are at set thresholds with the alarm so that we know what's going on. I'm getting clonazepam. Her eyes are starting to go a bit for me at the moment as well. With the dystonia, you'll start to see in the face the activities around this. Quite commonly in the face, what you'll see is segmented cranial dystonia. So you see the left eyebrow, particularly at this point in time. The eyes will be in a slightly different position. They might be closed, they might be at half mast. The left eyebrow is starting to flip. And we're going to take the neck brace off, please, Namana. She's getting some oromandibular dystonia in the mouth here. So can you just take the cranial support neck brace off for me, please? That way we won't have any stress on the trachea and for breathing during this exercise. Good girl. Yep, just place that over to the side. If you grab her glasses case, because she's likely, if she goes into seizures, to do a roll, just move the glasses case from here out the way so there's nothing in that position for her. So at the moment, checking feet. She's not overheat. She can't feel her legs, is what she's just indicated. It is 1:54 p.m.
I can't feel my leg.
It's okay. Sensation and feeling will come back to you. We're going to remove that so we don't overheat. Making sure that that's not too tight on the throat.
I feel like my legs just aren't there.
Okay, legs are not there. Well, apparently the legs are not there. I want to be able to see whether there's a Blanche reflex. Have circulation. Don's going out with the syncope off and on at the moment.
I'm not having my socks.
No, for the moment I just need to be able to see your feet, sweetie. Helps me to see if you've got things going on. You haven't got the hot pack on? No. We're actually going to remove that heat pack from underneath her. So Diane, just going to roll you to the side just gently for the moment. Take that out and pull and come on back for me, darling. Good girl. Alright, so we just remove the heat pack. Meanwhile, during all of this, Max is quite relaxed. He's got a handle on all of this. Over here, we have alarms going off for heart rate of 49. You've got no chest pain, Don? Okay, oxygen stats are good and stable at 97 at the moment, but with supplementing oxygen in place.
Why do I feel so tired?
You feel so tired, sweetie, because you're not getting enough oxygen through. Your blood is not working as far as your heart rate and circulation at the moment. You've got some dystonia coming on. Just tell me if you're having any dystonia through any other parts of the body. We don't want it in the diaphragm, intercostal muscles.
No, I just feel weak.
Just keep an eye on respiration rate for me, please.
So numb.
Oxygen stats are at 96%, heart rate stable at 50%. Now, because we've given some medications for the dystonia, we're just monitoring. We're not going into seizures at this point in time. There may have been some absent seizures, but she's not doing any tonic-clonic seizures. There's been no indications of atonic seizures in this set as well. So atonic is the dropsy or the fall, normally seen with either head drops or if she's standing, falling forward. So she hasn't seen or shown any of that. Indications for walking, she seems to have been okay. There's been no toe walking, no dragging of the heels or lowered posture. Getting some mild contraction in the left hand, so we're starting to get some multifocal dystonia. So it's spreading from one hand to the other, and that's the point. So sometimes you can have one hand or one foot operating. Sometimes you'll have multiple points, so that's what's called multifocal dystonia. I'm still seeing some blepharism and oromandibular, so there's some slight movements of the jaw coming occasionally. The blepharism is where the eyes and the eyebrows are affected. The oromandibular is when the jaw becomes affected. Sometimes you'll see jaw thrusts, the tongue poking or the jaw moving to the side, and that puts a lot of pressure on the transmandibular joint, which is the jaw bone. Doing really well, boo-boo. Diane's wearing her Peter Alexander birthday pajamas because it's her birthday today. Not exactly what we wanted for a birthday surprise, but with all the bowel medication stuff yesterday, I'm not surprised. We did increase the sodium valproate, so we gave an additional dose of that last night to try and bring the therapeutic level up. because she's flushing out, it changes the levels, the effective or efficiency levels of the medications at a therapeutic level for her. Getting more in the eyes, as you can see. Hey, boo-boo, you're going in and out a bit, aren't you? How are you feeling? You having chest pain at the moment?
No.
No, that's a good thing. Do you have any headache or head pain?
No.
Okay, do you have any other things in your body that I need to be aware of? Anything you need to tell me? Dyan being autistic and interoception, it doesn't make it very easy.
My legs, I can't really feel them.
Okay, so you can't feel your legs still. What's going on here with the legs? Now, the last couple of episodes that Dyan has had, she has had the dystonia in the legs, and there've actually been contractures coming from the hamstring muscle groups, and that's actually been causing obviously a bend of the hinge joint at the knee with the legs contracting backwards. So with the dystonia, it either becomes like a fibrillation where you get a fluttering of the muscles, or it becomes a contracture in a regular positioning of that. Or the dystonia comes from the basal ganglia. Dyan's got calcification bilaterally of the basal ganglia, so it's affecting the communication. It is cold. Well, I'm going to put some blankets over you for that amount. You're welcome, because I don't want you to be too cold, because I don't want you ticking from a sensory reaction.
Oh,
But at the same time, we just need to keep an eye on movements and things that may occur. Both eyes are at half mast equally at the moment. Oxygen stats are going well. There's no alerts or warnings on the oxygen concentrator. Oxygen levels is 96, 97. Heart rate remains at 54.
I'm so tired.
Why are you so tired? Let me see. You have multi-fatiguing conditions. Ticks across the upper torso just then. You're on supplementary oxygen because your body's not getting enough oxygen by itself. That's why we've got that. When we hit thresholds around the 90%, that's when the supplementary oxygen is being applied for Dyan. So she's obviously, her body is struggling. We're getting a bit of restless leg movement now. It's not really restless legs, but what commonly happens with this is what we call the chorea, and it's a movement, a bit of a graceful sort of movement. You'll get it like a sliding or cycling action of the legs. Chorea is the Greek word meaning for dance. And this cycling action is actually part of a generalized dystonia. You'll see a distortion in the left foot. Both feet are inward turning, inward flexing. So it's off the normal baseline of in parallel. And the leg movements can be seen quite vigorously. That was quite a gentle chorea. And I'm hoping because of the clonazepam medication that's already been applied, that is starting to have an effect as a muscle relaxant. Hey, gorgeous. It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Go wake me up.
I thought me getting you sushi for lunch would be enough to wake you up. We've had some presents this morning. We've had lovely coffee together this morning. Oxygen stats are crashing out at 89, even on supplementary oxygen. We're just going to increase the throughput level at the moment and get some more oxygen into you. Back up to 96, thank you very much. Heart rate is 51. Been a release on the left hand of the dystonia. Right hand is still got flexure in the external lateral side fingers. Both feet you can see with the inturn of the position, so they're rotating at the ankle joint. It's accentuated because Dyan is hypermobile, so this is the Ehlers-Danlos or EDS component. She can do more and more. There's a bit of a tick there, 2:03 p.m. It is Tuesday 13th of May, 25 degrees outside. In the room, the temperature's come down now to 24.4. So we know that we haven't got a febrile seizure going on. We have compensated with medications, but funnily enough, I was saying, with all the night that you've had with the bowels, that we perhaps should have actually overcompensated with additional sodium valproate this morning.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe, possibly, yes. And our first window where we get a chance is we're going to give you some liquid sodium valproate. Sweet Pea, do you think you can swallow?
No.
Yes, oh yes, we are.
Can I have half a joint?
Let's have a look. Can you grab the leptin in the box? That's a liquid one for me. Yep, bring that out.
Half a joint.
Yep, no worries. We'll see about that.
No.
Yeah.
I mean it.
Yeah, she means it.
Half a joint.
Yes, I know, she means it, right? She is so hard to do this. Now, 5 mils is equivalent to 200 milligrams. Okay, and that's the tablet strength that we take. We take it normally 3 times a day. She's very determined.
I
Can you
like
just draw 3 mils,
numbers.
please?
2.5,
Yep, we're gonna.
please.
Yep, we're drawing that up. We're averaging it out. We're doing ratios. You need to push down on that to open it. It's got a child safety cap.
2.5.
How are you going with that? Got it! Yay!
Those
Those caps suck, don't they?
2.5.
2.5, yeah, which rounds up to 3 mils actually.
Nothing there. It's 10 ml syringe or it's 5 ml one. Looks like 10 ml syringe.
Yeah, it is a 10 mil syringe. Okay, sorry, let me just get a new syringe. Trying to get you a new syringe and you keep crashing out. Heart rate's going down to 48. Can you behave, please? Think of something happy, like dancing. Right now, go. Not happening. Right, let's get some sodium valproate drawn up. Just found a spare syringe. The other syringe that we had was losing its numbers on the side, and I want to be accurate for the delivery of the medications that we've been provided. We do have a lot of spare things floating around everywhere. You just got to be able to find them in a very full stock pharmacy cabinet. And this is where the staff are starting to get up to speed to know where these things are themselves, because if I'm not here on site, how do they manage these sort of crises as they go along at the same time? Still got dystonia in the right hand, mild dystonia in the left hand, so it's a multi-point focal dystonia currently been shown. Feet have still got inward flex, so the contractions are mild, but we've still got them at the feet level. So we've got a multi-point. We've had generalized dystonia of the leg. Dyan has had.
Half of those.
It's about coming up right now.
Half of those.
Okay.
This one.
Need some help?
I need to put this one medication in here.
Yes, use that. Use that one. That's fine. That's probably been to draw it from there. That's okay. I will be in a moment for you. We do not want sodium valproate all over your beautiful new pajamas. Let's bring you up so you can actually swallow next time you come in for us. Dyan's going in and out at the moment. It's 2:07 p.m. Stay with me, boo boo. You're doing really well. We've got the oxygen concentrator running at a level 3 at the moment. That's keeping a steady 98% oxygen concentration coming in, which is great. You happy with that level? You got 3 mils?
I think so.
Yep, happy, checked. All right, please provide that. Okay, just providing sodium valproate, just in a liquid format, just easier for Dyan to be able to swallow, not having the problem with tablets. Also going to be faster ingestion, which will actually help. Now, this is not a emergency medication. It's not going to suddenly make things spring up. What we're just trying to do is bring up the therapeutic level simultaneously so that we don't go into a seizure storm throughout the rest of the day. We don't want status epilepticus where there's going to be more and more seizures.
You want some water?
Yes, please.
Thanks to Mama.
Thank you.
Dyan has had electrolytes today as well, so we're bringing up the electrolyte level because of the imbalance caused by the gastroparesis and all the bowel related behaviours overnight, where she's totally cleared out her bowels, unfortunately. And it's also been quite draining and tiring for Dyan. You're doing really well, my girl. We were just talking about hopefully taking Dyan out to some nature to have a bit of a party in the...
Go to the river.
You want to go to the river? Yes, well, if your body starts to behave and things settle down, we might be able to this afternoon. And this is the problem with these sort of conditions. She could be doing this, crashing totally out for an hour, and the medications and things that apply reinvigorates, brings levels back up. She recovers her energy, and then we can actually do activities later in the day. This is our life. This is what she's living with day by day. This is her birthday. It makes no difference when these things happen. It could be a Christmas, it could be a birthday, it could be a Mother's Day, it could be anything. This is the reality. We don't have control. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning, it could be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We're dealing with complex medical issues. You can see the eyebrows working quite a lot at the moment because of the segmented cranial dystonia. You see the lip pursing that goes with that. This is all misfired messaging and communication coming from the basal ganglia to these points in the face at the moment. You're seeing some mild contractions through the upper torso. They're more part of the lower or subdued version of tonic-clonics. And because of that, we've got some medications that are keeping her subdued. which means we won't have a very ferocious, hopefully, any major seizures. Is ideal. I'm just going to bring you back down a level. Hello, sweet pea. You're so tired. That's okay. You can rest.
She's already closed, right?
Yep, correct. That's close. Exactly. It's a safety cap. Oxygen levels are at 97. Heart rate's at 55.
I don't want to rest. It's my birthday.
It's your birthday. You don't want to be doing this. I agree. No one wants to be doing this on their birthday. I don't think so either, to be honest. What about you, Willem? Are you helping Mum during her birthday? You've been playing with the balloons and the streamers. Mummy's got things to do, apparently. Bunnings? What's that, Bunnings? Why are we going to Bunnings in the middle of a crash? The things that she says absolutely blows my mind sometimes. Why would you need to go to Bunnings?
I need a better hook for my ballet shoes.
You need a better hook for your... Oh, okay. So these, your point shoes, which are hanging up, you would like one of those clear plastic crystal-ended ones to go there. Correct. That's important.
Something else on the list too.
Okay, there's something else on the list. The stuff that she thinks about while her body is crashing around. This is normal. Okay, this weird, but this is our life. Okay, we have a lot of weird stuff going on. I'm encouraging her to talk because it also gives me an indication of how she's going, whether she's cognitively with us, also where the brain is at. Earlier, just before this episode, predictably, we saw some spaciness, we saw some mental confusion about some of the actions that she was doing. It wasn't a confusion in an executive functioning, it was a literal brain fart. She was just not aware of what she was doing. She thought she'd stuffed something up. She thought she'd lost something. It was a confusion. It be like a dementia moment. And this is the thing about mild neurological, a degenerative condition for her. It is like a preemptive prodroma into dementia. But the problem is she has been losing her faculties: memory, short-term, storage, and recall. Obviously, the aphasia, the speech, has been affected with her stuttering, her word choice, tripping over words. Very, very difficult. Then you've got the dyslexia. It has been amplified. It's almost like a regression back to childhood state. This is what the neurological side of things has been doing it to her. So not just flipping letters or words, but whole sentences, reading right to left rather than left to right. Real weird confusion, things that she's never been seen as an adult doing. Now she's back doing. This is what the problem is. How's you feeling?
I feel good.
It feels good. She feels good. Does she now?
At the moment.
At the moment, yeah.
I need to wake up.
You need to wake up. Well, you will wake up soon. Let's see if we can get some nice oxygen. Coffee, not at the moment, because coffee is actually an aggravator to dystonia, and too much coffee can actually trigger you into a dystonic storm. So we can't use that as a stimulant, unfortunately. It is a shame.
Iced coffee.
Iced coffee will do the same thing because it still has caffeine in it. If you could have a decaffeinated iced coffee, then it wouldn't be called coffee.
Buy me decaf coffee then.
Decaf coffee. Okay, we'll put that on the to-do list. What's that, a high five? Okay, high five. I'm here. Good girl. I thought you were doing an ET impression with your little red thing on your hand. No?
Decaf.
We've lost the dystonia in the hands. That's really good.
No.
But not on the right hand. So we still have
Decaf. Put it
1,
on
2,
the
3.
list.
The 3 fingers, distal point are all in a contracture at the moment in curved. Let's have a look to see what the feet are doing at the same time. Oh, this is fun.
Don't forget the decaf.
Don't forget the decaf that you're not having. Yes, indeed. Still got mildly on the left foot. There is an in-turn of that foot, so we're off parallel at the moment. Right foot seems okay. I'm not feeling a lot of tension through there. Luckily this time we haven't had the engagement of the hamstrings and the legs into full contraction. I'm hoping that we've actually got medications done in time at this point. However, my concerns are the consistent drops that you've been having. Right, you're at a 98 consistent for the oxygen. I'm going to bring your levels down to 2. So we're going to reduce the flow output at the moment, and we're going to see whether you can stabilize on that. If you can stabilize that for a period of time, then I might actually take you off oxygen. But I also need to see the heart. Heart is flapping around 52, 54. Fun. Now, after food, she should have actually been increasing in both heart rate and also blood pressure, and she's had a good lunch, which was a sushi that I got her for lunch. So she has had sushi. Was it yum? Very yum. You had some wasabi, right, and your soy sauce. You had the tuna with cucumber.
The California
The
roll.
California roll, indeed. So I went down to the local sushi place. This is a treat for Dyan to have something different for lunch. And she was able to digest most of that. but I also thought it would help binding, which would counteract the flow that's coming through. That's okay. You had most of it, and that's really good. But I would have expected that your heart rate and blood pressure would have increased from having that. You've had electrolytes, so again, you should have been really in balance point. How's the nausea going at the moment? Head pain, post-seizures are common. Where's the head pain at the moment?
Pain under my scalp.
Okay, both sides? Central? Tell me where.
Oh, there.
All there. Okay, it may be a point at the conclusion of a seizure, and that might go away in a couple of minutes, so we won't put any medications into play yet. Can you just get the medicinal CBD out of the cupboard for me, please?
It's tight.
It's tight, so we've got some constriction. Oxygen stats are good still at 97, it's just up the top here, Namala.
I don't want any pills.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, well, we're going to be.
Need any.
Oh, you do. You're in pain in multi-points at the moment. That's why you've had gabapentin and Panadol Osteo.
I don't want
You have complained that you've been in pain, and it also helps you with seizures. And we're crashing down heart rate at 0.5 mils, please. Yep. Just drawing up some THC, CBD, 10-10 combination, 0.5 mils to deliver orally buccal. It just means down the side of the gums.
Yeah, I have to.
Yep, you have to, boo-boo.
Why?
Well, it's going to help inflammation, it's going to help nausea, it's going to help pain, it's going to help the tension, it's going to help the seizures, without me going to the stronger medications which can cause other problems.
It's tight.
Okay, no worries. I'm also just going to loosen
Can
your
you
bum.
take my lucky out?
I can. You're de-lackied. There you go. Lucky out.
Thank you.
Yep, confirm 0.5 mil, thank you. Now, Dyan is using this as a PRN, patient requested narcotic. Basically, she'll have this normally twice a day, morning and night, but we use it as a PRN as part of the process because it does help during seizures. When she first started having her seizures years and years and years ago, probably 10 plus years ago, we actually started off with the CBD and the THC side of things, and it was actually keeping the seizures at the early stage of their progression in check and quite manageable. But this is a progressive condition for Dyan because of 22q. Dyan's got this chromosomal condition, 22q 11.2 deletion syndrome. It's a micro deletion of the 22nd, on the long arm of the 22nd chromosome. What does it mean? 3 million DNA building blocks gone, wiped, not there. Okay, that's a little chunk, but it's a very important chunk because it affects every cellular level. 30 to 50 genes. Doesn't sound like much. Wow. If I didn't wear genes, I'd be in trouble if I go out. Well, she's missing genes, and a lot of those genes are actually related to neurological, seizure, and other components of part of her body. That's why patients with 22q, 65% of them actually have seizure or seizure-like conditions. About 5.6% of them will have epilepsy. Dystonia is a abridgment on that one. It's a bit more of the motor communication, and because she's got bilateral calcification of the basal ganglia, she has a condition called FARS. Dystonia itself is a rare condition. FARS is also a rare condition. Ehlers-Danlos, EDS, is a rare condition. 13 different subtypes. You can have multiple subtypes amongst all of that. Dyan also has a fatiguing condition. Fatigue is also part of the genetic condition, but MECFS, myalgic encephalitis, chronic fatigue syndrome, she's been dealing with for over 30 years. A lot longer than that now, because when we first met, literally within months of first meeting, she came down with glandular fever. She has recurring EBV, recurring CMV, cytomegalovirus, and obviously she has been hit because her ability, her neutropenia, her immune system ain't working properly. So she's highly susceptible to a lot of things. How's that oxygen flow, please, levels?
It's
What's
98.
98? Okay, so we're 98, that's good. What's the heart rate readings, please?
It's 51.
51, so heart rate's really low. Really do need cardiology involved at the moment. So bradycardia, low heart rate. She's got low hypotensive blood pressure. Blood pressure is not enough to be able to pump through. That's why we're taking the distal readings just to see if she's getting enough circulation. If you're not circulating, you're also not circulating enough oxygen flow to the rest of the cellular system. That doesn't help the rest of the organs, and so you're not helping the brain. So that's why we're in a bit of a balance point. So we've got supplemental oxygen running. She's still getting blepharism and oromandibular dystonia. I can see that in the jawline and in the face at the moment. She still has just mild on the right. What's the left? Okay, so the right hand side is it's reduced down by 2. So previous was 3 finger involvement, now it's 2 fingers. So it's a bit like an iceberg melting, chipping away. Hopefully the dystonia will continue to melt away under the basis of the muscle relaxant which I've supplied, which is the clonazepam. Hey, gorgeous. You're going in and out a little bit with syncope, passing out. Also having low blood pressure, low heart rates, not helping that side of things. Multi-systemic condition, this one. And the trigger point was unfortunately the bowels, which is why 22 different specialists Dyan has to see because of her condition. Multiple areas, okay? We've got ophthalmology and an eye specialist that we're seeing next to deal with some of the things.
Is going down up to 93, 92 again.
Okay, can you just bring the level on the medical oxygen concentrator up to
97. Yes.
just bring it up to 3 for me, please, on the machine. So press the plus sign, you'll see it change to 3. Let's just get an increased throughput. Heart rate? 49. Now this is the first level threshold of alerts. This is why I'm not jumping up and down, calling an ambulance and going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We have levels of alerts that we know that we can manage. A bit like oxygen, Dyan's oxygen saturation levels have gone down into the 70s before. Not a good thing, but this is why we have supplementary oxygen. We can read those readings and provide complementary oxygen to help get enough oxygen through. Same thing with the heart levels. We have the readings, alerts set to 50. She's had heart rate readings in the low 30s before. Now, it's not an ideal area, not what I want to be in there, but for the moment, it's not a panic, it's a wait and see measure. Do we apply certain medications? GTN spray, epinephrine, call an ambulance. There's a whole progression as we do this. So we are monitoring closely, we're keeping an eye on her, we're supporting her. She knows that we're here. We're here to keep her safe. She tells us that she's fine. Does she look fine to you? Happy birthday. Come on, girl, I'm meant to be taking you out for your birthday. We've got your presents this morning.
Wake me up.
We've done some jobs in the house for you this morning.
Wake me up.
I'm trying to wake you up.
Eyes.
No, you can't have coffee, sweet pea. Your dystonia would be on steroids. No, I don't care. Just coffee is an exacerbator specifically for Dyan, but it's known as caffeine. It impedes or exacerbates at the end of the day, impacts the dystonia. So we really don't want to go into a dystonia crisis situation. A bit like status epilepticus that you get for seizures, you can have a dystonia epilepticus, that's the word, dystonia leptis. I know, they create stupid words, don't they? Okay, really are stupid words that they have and they make. So this is where it's non-stopping, okay? And with Dyan, this is the risks that we have where she can't break out, she doesn't self-terminate. Hence why we've got early in with the medications, because that will help terminate. If I have to, then I'm going to increase the medications that I'm going to apply progressively. We are self-managing this, okay? We're able to do this in a home environment. You can still see in the face what's going on with the eyes, eyebrows, eyelids, the mouth, the jaw. So oral mandible is when the jaw is involved. Left recessive is when the eyelids, eyebrows are being involved. This is segmented cranial dystonia. She still has multi-point dystonia with the hands at the moment. We've seen already the chorea, we've seen the generalized dystonia. There's a lot of things that are going on for her, the poor thing. She's trying so hard. Let's have a look at these readings. 97, okay, I'm happy with that being sustained at that level. That's a good thing. But she's not able to breathe properly at the level because dystonia can affect intercostal muscles, the diaphragm, esophagus, the whole area, which won't help her get the oxygen that she needs in a natural way. Just watch for kinking as she puts her arm down. You can see sometimes alerts will come down here on the device, so do keep an eye on if there's anything that might actually impinge. Make sure that the throat thing is not too tight as well. Sometimes with movement you can become uncomfortable. You get some twitches in the shoulders. We're just going to go flat. Okay, she rolls over. So you can see the forward posture of the hand and where we've actually got this dystonic action. We don't try to uncurl, we're not trying to break, we're not trying to straighten, we're going to let it just go as it is. We can use some traction, we can use hot-cold therapy to actually help and improve that if it's sustained. At the moment we don't need to worry about it, it's a lower common denominator, it's not life-threatening. Just going to uncross so that we don't actually cause that. But feet have released, which is good. Keep the feet warm, but let's just not cross the legs, please. It's alright, Bubba. We're both here. Getting some axial tilt dystonia. So this is when the neck is involved in it.
Why am I so tired?
Why are you so tired with multi-complex fatiguing conditions? I wonder, between fibromyalgia, which causes you all over muscle pain, gastroparesis, so it's already affected you. Freezing. Let's check that. It's 25 degrees externals, 25.2. Namala, can you just check the door? That'll probably be the Sheen order. Even while we're having a crisis, we'll probably still have a delivery. Namalis is going to get the person in, maybe have to go downstairs. I'll be dealing with it at the same time. This life still keeps happening around us, okay? I know it sounds stupid, but it doesn't get to stop. If you let them in?
Yes.
Do you need to go and sign, or is it just a drop-off?
Drop off, maybe. I'll go and have a look.
I'm fine here for the moment. If you can just go downstairs in case they need. Sometimes I need signatures. I don't want them running away and been causing us more problems. If they run away, then we have to go out and leave Dyan to actually go to a local post office and LPO to actually pick this up. That's why we're doing that. We don't need extra steps in this process. There's enough steps. Okay, so just checking. It's 25 degrees outside. It's 25.2 degrees inside. You're actually at a perfect temperature.
It feels like 80 degrees.
It's because you're not getting enough circulation, Bubba.
I'm so cold.
I know, but I don't want you overheating.
I'm so cold. No, but I'm in Alaska.
You're not in Alaska. She is so dramatic. You need your hoodie. What do you reckon, Willow? She needs her hoodie. Jeez. All right. We're going to put the little Sherpa blanket over you. That's okay. She's communicating really well to me. That's an important thing. I don't mind her being on the cold side. I don't want it to get too hot. We don't need other things exacerbating the situation at the moment. The machine is really pumping it out. 3%. Heart rate's dropping down. Still flapping. Can you settle the heart rate? Oxygen is good at 98. I'm happy for that. We're going to reduce the tone level of the alerts. I don't need them blaring all the time. I already know where it is at the first level threshold, and I've got eyes on. That's the main thing. Now, some of the medications that we're giving to help other areas also have an impact on respiration and heart rate. So if you're giving a muscle relaxant, you got plastic in the nose. Of course you do. That's how you're helping to be breathing.
It's annoying.
I'm sorry, it's annoying, but that's where it is. What would you like me to do? Where else do I get to put it? No?
I don't know.
I don't want any suggestions of where to put it.
Can you put oxygen in your ears?
Why would you do that?
It's not comfortable.
It's not going to help you. You don't breathe through your ears. It's not comfortable for you. You're autistic. Nothing's comfortable for you as an autistic.
Comfortable.
No.
I have to get oversized everything.
You have to get undersized everything.
Oversized.
You're oversized because you're small. Yes.
I'm petite.
Thank you. Sheen order has arrived. It's okay, everybody. The world is good. Hey, honey, you can wake up now. Sheen order has come. Yeah, Sheen order.
Coming soon.
Sheen order coming soon. Stay tuned for that one. I know we're taking this lightly, but this is the reality. If we don't, this is a bit like macabre humour, dark humour. You have to live with a lot of stress every day in your life when you're dealing with this sort of shit. So you do have black humour as part of the process. I know it might not have...
Nice and warm now.
You're nice and warm now with a Sherpa blanket on top. That's lovely. I just need to see your feet. Thank you for a second. No, I won't. Yeah, it's okay. I just want to see distal pulse. Thanks.
You're making me cold.
I know, sweet
I
pea.
just got warm.
Yeah. Good girl. Eh?
I feel less sleepy now.
You feel less sleepy now? Good, because I think you're starting to come around slowly. Can we bring the oxygen concentrator down to 2, please? Yep, so minus button down 1 level. Just monitor that for a minute or so to see what the levels sit at.
98, 97.
Okay, I want to stay at 97 and above, and if she can stay at 97 and above for a few minutes, then we'll take it off.
Take it off?
In a moment, don't rush.
Okay.
How's your fingers feeling? Can you wriggle all your fingers for me? So, okay, you're doing twinkle twinkle little star, but your right hand is not working.
Tight, that's
Yes,
not-
because all 3
that's
distal fingers
not-
are all clenched in a contraction. Now, with these dystonic storms, the dystonia segmentally in the focal points can remain first to the major yawns. That's a good indication of seizures leaving the body. The dystonia can still sit around for another couple of hours. It does literally chip away like an ice block, melting away slowly until all sensation does return for Dyan. So we could be on the flip side now. The yawns are our indicators that we look for. There should be probably a second or a third yawn in the next 3 to 5 minutes. That will tell me that the body is relaxed enough and it's not going to go into any further seizure. There's a second of the yawns. Okay, so you can read along with me how we measure these things. How do we know all these things? We've been doing this long enough for Dyan specifically. All the information that we talk about is... Yes, you can. Can you bring the head of the bed up about 10 degrees for me, please? That'll just increase the blood pressure as well, which is great. Perfect, thank you. And
Blood pressure? Nothing.
Let's do a blood pressure reading, please. That'll be great. Thank you, Dom.
Is my heart good now?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that things will start to pick up and improve. Now, the information that you've seen in today's episode is Dyan specific, not you specific. We're not here to diagnose or give you guidance. That's not appropriate because we're not medical experts for you. We know Dyan inside out. We don't know you. So please go and see your own GP, primary care physician, or specialist in this area if you have any of the symptoms that you are seeing or that Dyan's experiences. Dyan does, like I have said, has got a genetic condition, 22q11.2 deletion syndrome. It's an umbrella term, 185 different possible symptoms clinically, and she has a lot of those, okay? It's a deteriorating condition for her, as we're saying in her breakfast video. A lot of patients with 22q, the mean average age is 41.5 years of age. Dyan is 51 today. Many don't reach the delivery of birth. Some struggle in the first 1 to 2 years of their life. It's a variable condition. It is a spectrum. Some people have no outward facing symptoms, others have everything, okay? Some don't make it, some do. It's a harsh reality, and this is why we educate and advocate for this condition. It's probably one of the most common of the genetic conditions. It is probably one of the least known of the genetic conditions. Go figure. Many medical professionals will not have come across this or be aware of this in their professional careers. It's not taught at doctor school, for example. It's not very well known in the public as well. You have many other conditions out there, whether it's Downs or autism, CFS or MS. You know these conditions are out there, but you don't perhaps know about this condition. That's what we're hoping to bring.
92/60.
Okay, so coming back down to a normal level. Great blood pressure drop. Can we just take the medical oxygen? What's that heart rate dropping?
96, 97. No, it's oxygen saturation.
Oxygen saturation.
It's 97 now.
Let's just keep the oxygen on for the moment, please.
Goodness.
Yep. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Why can't it be like the oxygen bars that's flavoured?
The oxygen flavoured bars. I don't know. I don't think that's the thing that we have here in Australia. In fact, we don't have many things here in Australia. We certainly don't have a specialist for 22q in the adult sphere. There are 2 specialists for children across Australia, one at the Perth Children's Hospital, one at Queensland. As an adult, you can't go backwards and you can't access those specialists. Oxygen bars in Europe? I know, right?
It's flavoured.
It's flavoured. That would be really cool. We'll put that on our wish list for the NDIS, the National Disability Insurance Scheme.
I
don't think so. Good luck on that. Everything's vanilla with the NDIS and the Australian Government for Health. It's very what we call the black and gold version of this. It's a cheap solution, whatever you can get, if you can get it. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you got to fight. It's like oxygen. We've had to fight for 2.5 years to get an oxygen concentrator for time. 2.5 years. Crazy.
So mean.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
But you don't even get a Panadol osteo?
No, you got to bring your own Panadol osteo.
No,
They don't
you
actually
don't
have
give
Panadol
you
osteo in the
Panadol.
hospital. I know, right? They're saving money. It's okay. That's why we bring all our own medications to hospital. Crazy, isn't it? That's part of the condition. Don's starting to come around more, which is really good. Starting to show some signs of cognizance. Let's do a couple of neuro tests just to see if that's actually true or not. Hey, Don, what is today's date?
The 13th of May.
What's special about the 13th of
I was
May?
going to say 1974.
That's when you were born. That's when you were born.
Well,
What's special about today?
it's my birthday.
It's my birthday. No, it's not. It's my birthday
His
on the 19th.
birthday's next week.
There you go. So it's your birthday. A couple of things on the face. Can you show me, please, poking your tongue out? As far as you can. Good girl. Can you show me a big smile, please? Good girl. Can you show me your shock face as if someone scared you? Okay, good. So laterally on equal
that
sides
good?
is pretty good. You've actually got mainly full range almost.
See?
Not totally perfect. You're
fine.
coming around nice. Let's have a look at the
He's so
dystonia.
dramatic.
I'm so dramatic. Okay.
It's
The
not
contractions
lucid
are starting to ease off. They're not mega released, but you can see the curvature of the
take the
position
top
of the thing.
out.
It can, and it will. This hand has totally been
yet.
released.
That's okay.
The feet have totally been released as well.
Yeah.
Can you wriggle your toes for me, Diane, please? Good girl, lovely. Do you have any pain in your head anymore?
No, and no pain in my tummy anymore.
No pain in the tummy. No chest pain at all?
No chest pain.
Okay, so pain overall is good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still seeing that your eye and your right eye is at half mast. So you're not getting full opening of your eye. You've got a bit of facial neuropathy or palsy coming down the right side with the droop of your eyebrow still. So you can have a look yourself. Like a mirror. Can you see your eyebrow? See how your eyebrow here is dropped and down to here? And can you see how your eyes are not fully open? Hello.
Ah.
Shocking, isn't it? That's what you look like.
I need some Botox.
Need some Botox. Actually, believe it or not, Botox actually is one of the recommended treatments for dystonia. I'm not joking. It's actually...
I'm joking.
I don't think the neurology department will do that. I don't think you even know how to do anything for dystonia. But anyway, we'll keep working on that.
Not in Australia.
Not in Australia. Okay, oxygen stats to stabilize. Can we take the medical oxygen concentrator off, please? So let's actually deactivate that. Yep, we're going to take it off. And I'll get you to wipe it down with a... Yep, turn it off there. And release. Yep. No worries. Take it off the nasal cannula. Good going, Amanda, thank you. Take one of these alcohol wipes and just wipe the whole thing down and disconnect the tube from the unit, please. Let's just see and monitor how she can maintain her own oxygen levels. Currently she's sustaining at 97, heart rate's at 54. Let's just bring the back of the bed up just to increase her blood pressure. That will just help her a little bit, which it does straight away, brings up a few points, so that's good.
Freezing in here.
Oh, it can't be freezing in here. It's actually only 24.6 degrees, actually. You're doing quite well.
My chest is a little bit tight.
Okay. Would you like some nitrolingual spray?
No.
No? So you've got some vascular constriction going on?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. We're going to keep watching on the devices. We've taken the oxygen off just to see how well she can sustain by herself the levels of oxygenation. And at the moment her device is not reading, so something's moved on that.
Oh, sorry about it.
You bumped it?
I bumped it, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I fixed it.
Good girl.
The light's on.
Cool, okay, no worries. And I've got readings coming back. Thank you very much, Lee. She touched it. She did a thing. She's, you know, she's such a wiggle worm. Trying to get comfortable. It's okay. Right, well, we're going to do a bit of sit, watch and wait and monitor as things go by. This is Dyan's birthday. This is what she's doing for her birthday. She's had some gifts and presents. She's had a nice sushi for lunch. Hopefully she's going to recover in the next hour or two, and maybe something later on the afternoon or evening. We can do something nice then. Oxygen stats are sustaining at the moment. I'm happy with those levels. Heart rate has actually come up a little bit because she's sitting up. The yawns are coming through, which tells me that she's relaxing out of the seizure. I think we've got enough medications in to now counterbalance and improve the therapeutic effect of the sodium valproate.
It's all good.
I think you're doing really well. I still feel that you might have some aftershock tremors, so you might have a few shoulder tilts or shrugs like that. You might have a couple of oxygen drops. That's what's been happening lately. We're going to pace you. Okay, so you're going to be very, very conscious. Your pulse oximeter is going to stay on, and you're going to work by that. If your heart rate goes up, you're going to slow down. All right, deal?
There's not much I want to do today. Just
Okay.
a few things.
Few things. That sounds good. Oxygen is still good, 97. Heart rate's at 55.
I can always have a bath tonight if the pain comes.
You can, absolutely. You can have another bath tonight. That sounds like a good idea. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for being here, watching, and staying on board, assisting Dyan as she goes through this episode. We've been able to get in front of it a little bit earlier, which is great, and that's the whole idea of why we have systems in place to monitor, to alert, and procedures to be able to provide certain medications in certain sequences to help Dyan. If we don't, then these things can blow out. They can go into further tonic-clonic seizures. They can be longer periods of syncope. There could be further drops in heart rate or oxygen. Or the dystonia can go into status dystonic, which just basically keeps going until you intervene. So this is not a self termination. This is actually with intervention medically using certain medications to actually break that apart. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate your time. Big thumbs up of encouragement for Dyan, particularly because it's her birthday. Come on, she's done really well for her birthday. If you have comments, questions, ideas and suggestions, leave them below. It's not meant to happen on your birthday, is it? Unfortunately, we don't have a choice. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is,
My body
time of the
does what I
day.
want.
Your body does whatever you do, and we have to be on alert. So unfortunately, sometimes special events get put by the side. You're alive. You've done another year, and we're aiming for 52 now.
Yes, because I have to be an even number.
You have to be an even number. She hates odd numbers. She's not going to
I
like
don't
this
wanna
year.
be
She's
51.
51. She's going to be
I
odd.
want to be 52.
She wants to be even.
So I'm even.
Sounds good to me too. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in another episode real soon. Bye, guys.